Aquarius. This is your April forecast for Aquarius rising, Aquarius sun, and Aquarius moon. You're having some anxiety about something that perhaps you want to take charge of. There's some anxiety here. You have the Nine of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So for some of you, those anxieties may center around your responsibilities, your obligations, taking on perhaps the burden of others. You may be more willing to do that. But you may feel a burden about trying to make choices for your partner. Maybe you wish they would make different choices or better choices. It could be that somebody's making something way more difficult than necessary or blowing it out of proportion. So right now there's a sense of regret. You may be going over a conversation or a situation or a circumstance, seeking to, change, turn back the hands of time perhaps. There could be some regret. For some of you, you're dealing with some actual pain or illness, or your partner is. So there are some worries that you're facing. And what you're unaware of is that perhaps there are some options that you haven't considered. Maybe you put those aside for whatever reason, or you overlook them, or based on principle you didn't think they were suitable for you. But there are more options. It could be that you are upset because maybe you feel like you've taken on most of the responsibility of the relationship, or you're meeting with some kind of resistance, or responsibility comes with a lot of, relationship comes with a lot of responsibility. And maybe you're worried about resistance because you have this card of privacy. So perhaps you're worried that somebody is going to intrude upon your privacy, or vice versa. But there's some kind of breakthrough, a psychological or emotional insight that you gain. Maybe you're trying to get to know somebody and they're difficult to know, or they're difficult to understand, or you need to have some private time with your partner. Now, your partner is represented by the Four of Coins and the Ten of Cups. So for some of you, this may be a Capricorn person, but if not, it could be that your partner is very conservative. They have traditional values. They're focused on family, establishing security for the family, business concerns. So again, you may have a partner who is very different than you are. Maybe they're difficult to know. They're focused on, they're all business. Or perhaps somebody's being overly emotional with concerns that are centered around family, family money, family property, family business. Perhaps you want to establish something where you build a home, or you create a home, or you start a family, or you have a happy home life. So there are concerns about establishing something or keeping, perhaps, somebody's been overly emotional and somebody wants to keep the balance within the home. They're conservative. They don't want to rock the boat, even though there may be issues within the family. Could be some marital problems, could be financial issues. People could be fighting over money. Or maybe there are issues connected to the children. And your partner may be very focused on trying to find a solution. Perhaps this is a financial solution. You're looking into the future about, your home, your property, your domestic life, what you want that to look like. And perhaps there is a solution imminent. Maybe you're worried about finding that solution, or you're trying to help your partner find a solution, or vice versa. So there could be issues connected to, somebody, if there are difficulties within the relationship. Maybe somebody's being passive aggressive, or they're not really coming out and saying what they want. One of you could be emotionally closed off. Again, you want to protect your heart, your assets, or your partner does. And so somebody may be ultra conservative. Now, the romance is characterized by this Queen of Wands. So the issue could be getting some attention, getting some recognition. Perhaps you're tied to a fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, or Rising, male or female. You have a Queen in and a king in here also. So this centers around a couple or an attraction. It could be a long-term relationship or a well-established relationship, or these may be your parents or your role as a parent. So there's some passionate energy, though, in the romance where somebody is seeking to be recognized. This is a queen who's comfortable with herself, her sexuality, her desires. She's willing to go after them. And you may be connected to her, or you may be displaying these traits. But there's also this Knight of Wands. Somebody may be very focused on something that they want. They're going after it, and they're putting everything into it. But it could just as easily fizzle out if this person loses interest. There could be some commitment issues or fidelity issues, a lack of commitment, and perhaps timing is a problem, because there's something that one of you may want, and perhaps you thought it would come about, and because of circumstances it falls through. Or perhaps you were seeking something and didn't put a lot of stock in it, and lo and behold, it pans out for you. For some of you, this is about property and maybe trying to steer your way or influence a situation or persuade your partner of something. Maybe you want to change residence. And you're trying to maybe discern something, whether there's passion there, whether the commitment is there. One of you may be wearing a game face about how you really feel. Perhaps you're trying to get to know somebody, or vice versa, and there's difficulty doing so because of some privacy issues. You also have this card of admirer. So maybe you're trying to discern whether you really do have admiration for this person, or maybe somebody's not really sharing how they feel with the other partner. They're being very private or closed off. So for some of you, you may have a secret admirer, and this person may be reluctant to come forward, or vice versa. Or, it could be that somebody you care about holds the key to your heart and they're not aware of it. And in some cases, you're looking at something and trying to discern. Maybe somebody's interested in you that you never would have considered otherwise. But what is the problem? The problem is taking charge. You have this King of Wands, taking charge of a situation. You also have the Knight of Coins, and so maybe somebody is slow to control a situation. It could be one of you is overbearing and dominant, and somebody wants to protect their privacy. Because the Queen of Wands can be somebody who goes out of her way to get that attention that she's seeking, and she can become almost a bully or domineering in that quest for affection or attention or recognition. And so she may tend to alienate those around her. So somebody's being slow to respond or to take charge of a situation. Now, for some of you, again, there are issues surrounding finances, taking charge of your income, trying to establish yourself in some way that creates some kind of lasting permanence or security for your family. So you may be worried about work issues or your career or where that's headed. And maybe perhaps some of you are getting some unexpected income, some boosts. Maybe you're purchasing some real estate. But for others of you, maybe things are moving along too slowly. However, this is also about secret love affairs. Some of you, maybe you're trying to maintain your privacy. There's somebody that you're passionate about and you want to get connected to that person. And, there are issues of loyalty and devotion, whether that's in response to a secret love affair, an attraction, or perhaps property, income, and real estate. You are trying to heal a situation. Maybe there's difficulty establishing. There's a lot of passion, a lot of attraction, but perhaps not a whole lot of commitment. You may feel like you're going in circles. This is a relationship that's just about fun and not a whole lot more. So it could be some friends with benefits, and maybe you regret your involvement. Maybe you need to be more protective of yourself, physically, emotionally. This could be, or perhaps you're trying to heal from a situation make progress, maybe you need to have more fun. You need to seek some amusement. You need to let your hair down. But again, for others of you, you're trying to heal a situation where maybe you feel like it wasn't taken seriously. Again, a lot of attraction, but it never really got off the ground. Now, what is the underlying energy? What's pushing all of this activity forward? You have this 9 of coins. So once again, this is about being single, enjoying your own company. So somebody may not want to commit. They may be fine just with what they have. Or this could be this secret admirer. There's somebody where thus far you haven't been able to access this person for whatever reason. They may be taken, unavailable, they may be somewhere else. Maybe you feel like it's out of your league. Whatever it is, this is somebody where you admire them for their intelligence, their beauty, their attractiveness. They may be sexy, cultured. They've got the whole package. And maybe you'd like to have it, but for whatever reason you can't connect. You may be seeking greater freedom, though. Again, you could be trying to establish something that would give you some security, emotionally or otherwise. So you may be inheriting some property, you may be purchasing some property. There could be some family, business, or social opportunities that are giving you a boost that impacts your relationship. Could be some social opportunities on the horizon. And you may want to be rewarded for your efforts. You may be taking on a lot of responsibility and you want that to be recognized. And you may be getting that. Your partner may be recognizing the effort that you've put in. So for some of you, this is about trying to discern a situation, and maybe your perspective is important. Are you seeing things, optimistically? Maybe you're looking at something through rose-colored lenses. Maybe you're only seeing the best parts of a situation. Now, that may be a conscious choice. You may decide you only want to look at what's positive about a connection or circumstance. And that may serve you or it may not. Now, some of you, though, there's some issues, some difficulties going on, and you're going to have to try to discern what the truth is about a situation. Could be that there's some gossip, some rumors, some unkind accusations that may not be flattering. They may be rather unkind. They may not even be the truth. And they may be directed at you and you don't know why and you want to retaliate. But this is a time for you to rise above it all. Free yourself of the pettiness. This is also a card that speaks of self-sufficiency, being independent. So you may have some anxiety about the responsibilities that you're taking on within the relationship, whatever those are. And you may want to be free, or perhaps you want to free yourself of some kind of stiff or rigid way of thinking or being. It may tie to family. You want to free yourself. You want to do your own thing, or you want to be free to pursue your ideal about something. Now, what is your advice card? My individuality is honored in a loving relationship. And that's quite apropos for an Aquarius, because you're all about freedom, your own identity, independence. And so you need a relationship that doesn't feel restrictive or confining or rigid, because you feel anxious when somebody places a lot of responsibility on you. You may take it on, but you need to break away sometime. And maybe you need to break away and have some of your own time for yourself. And somebody may be seeking your attention all of the time. Or there could be issues where, you're not really committed. You want to have fun. You're seeking entertainment or amusement. Now, you may need to be careful about where you're doing that. It could be that you're allowing some disappointments to drive you towards some kind of distraction that's not worth it. And there's maybe, again, a timing issue, some kind of procrastination taking place that's at issue. And this says the sooner that you can just get on with your life, look past your fears or whatever it is that's blocking you, the better off you're going to be. Now, the outcome is the Sun and this Two of Cups. So this is about a partnership, your happiness, something perhaps romantic or something that relates to your destiny, your future. You may be more focused on business than anything else. Maybe you want to form an agreement, you want to have fun, you want to take a vacation, you want to let loose. This is about keeping that positive mindset. There's something in your relationship or your circumstances where you can look forward to that. You can be optimistic about it because perhaps there's something, you're looking for that mutual exchange. And if you're not getting that, you may be frustrated. But allow your frustration to move you in a new direction or to make some changes. For some of you, you may be getting a lot of attention. Maybe, again, somebody's admiring you or you them. There's somebody in focus that has influence or power or attractiveness, magnetism, that may be you or somebody that you're interested in. So there's a focus on your partnerships, your agreements, what you put in, what you're getting out, being attached to outcomes, whether you are compatible or in alignment, whether something is mutual. And this says that there's a lot to look forward to. You have the possibility of getting support from partners, getting good information, things that are going to impact your future and your destiny. And you may want partnerships that make you happy, that make you feel fulfilled, healthy partnerships. So the strength of an agreement may be important. Again, it may tie to a romance, family situations, your children. And this says that this is the divine time to take some action. If you've been procrastinating, this is the time to move forward. Opportunity, doorways are opening for you. The universe is orchestrating an experience, and maybe it seems like it's not in the time that you would like, but everything is unfolding exactly as it should so that you can have a maximum experience. So good timing is important. Remember, the problem may be the not taking charge of a situation or the timing of trying to take charge of something. So the strength of an agreement, perhaps your physical vitality, your happiness, your optimism, your confidence in the future is going to be important. Now you have only one major card, and that is the Sun, which is a great card to have. For some of you, maybe there's a tie to a Leo person, but for others of you, this is about knowing how to influence, using your skills of communication and diplomacy to keep things running smoothly and not letting people get next to you and trigger your frustration. Because this card can also mean the strength of your influence, whether it's bullying or domineering or aggressive. And, that frustration can mean that you burn yourself out or you end up getting burned or vice versa with your partner. So this is about keeping that even keel in order to move forward. Again, this is about some kind of attraction, a couple, something that's possibly long-term, or it's about competition, rivalry, a choice among lovers, choice about lovers, rivalry, jealousy, and perhaps multiple ways of acting or behaving towards someone. Again, somebody may not be showing their true self or their true feelings. They're trying to, play their poker hand and keep their cards close to the chest. Your challenge is desire, ambition, following through, changes in plans. And so some of this may tie to a vacation, socializing, some social function, gathering with others, creating the foundation, the initial stages of success for something. Maybe that ties to moving in together or moving house or getting married. And issues of cooperation. You may be working on a property or working to make some changes in your home. So you are dealing with a group influence. What's good for all of us, creating this win-win situation, this mutual exchange. So for some of you, cooperation, trying to figure out, what needs to be improved, what is worthy of your attention, what needs to, be put to the side. For some of you, this is going to mean that you're in a connection that is burning you out, and it's frustrating because of the responsibility. Somebody is too intense, perhaps, and you feel like their baggage, their emotional codependency, and all of their problems are weighing you down, and you're seeking some freedom. You'd rather be single and on your own. But for others of you, this is improving a situation and making it better. That may be through counseling or therapy or, moving up the ladder of success so that you can bolster your financial position to create the home life you seek. And again, about partnerships. Something about the past, though, is influencing the present. Some situations, some anxiety about property, about some things that were said, about, maybe somebody having a mistress, being self-sufficient, being independent. And so this is going to be a period where there's some conclusions, some finality, some endings regarding people or property. And it's also about whether some promises are being kept. And again, invitation to some kind of event. So this is going to be some emotional developments that are occurring tied to your ambitions. They have to do with broadening your horizon, changing your perspective, getting what you want, but having a new awareness about what that is. And your partnerships, how attached are you to the person, the circumstance, the situation? It's going to depend on how much you feel you're receiving in return and what you're doing to achieve success and recognition in your relationship, in your personal life. Are you doing things that, push you forward, or are you doing things that undercut your success? All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Make some positive changes in your relationship. Create a love revolution.